Okay, so I'm so excited that we have this back. We presented this for the very first time, what was it, like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, maybe 2 weeks.
It was like 2 weeks ago. By the way, Denise Repko, you know her and you love her. She brings us so many great like fitness products. You bring us the Tommy Copper socks, which by the way I'm wearing, so I might as well just show those off as well. I know, we are totally twinning, look at us. And here's the thing, I saw this, I said this on air. I saw this, the buyer showed it to me, and I said, what does that do? And I was like, that can't possibly do anything for me.
Right.
And I tried it on air for the very first time, and I am a believer.
Yeah.
This is such a smart purchase. If you are the person that doesn't get a lot of movement, if you don't want to have to put all the energy into walking around, like I remember my grandmother, she used to have to walk around the house to just get some circulation.
Yes.
And it would make her like huff and puff, and she was very tired. This does all the work for you, and I swear you feel it.
You really do. And that's what this is for. It's for circulation. This is not going to be a cardiovascular piece of exercise equipment. This literally has a patent because it's got a concave positioning to it, and it has extender legs, so you can put it on an incline as well. It counts your steps. So if you were to be, or your glides, I should say, if you were on here for 1 minute, you're going to do 70 steps.
That's awesome.
If you're on here for 1 hour, you're doing 4,200. That's the equivalent of 1.65 miles in an hour. You see a really nice big display, that counts your steps. And it doesn't get any easier. As soon as you put your feet on it, you don't do any of the work. You don't stand on it. You don't sit on it. You simply rest your feet on it. And there's a remote that has an off button, a number 1 and a number 2. Number 1 is low speed. Number 2 is high speed. It's not like a big, sprint, but it's going to help you increase your circulation if you're not going outside and walking in the snow and the rain, the cold and the ice. This will help you.
Well, here's what I love the most about this, right? It does the work for you, but you still feel it in your muscles. You still feel it in the calves, in the knee area, in the hamstring, thigh area, on your quads. What's really great about this is that it's continuous. It never stops. So that means that you're getting this constant circulation and flow, but it's easy. It's the easiest way to get movement.
It truly is, and because of that patented concave positioning, where it kind of slopes up and down, it gives you the perfect amount of flexion in the front of your ankle and in your knee. So you're not only, getting the blood circulation going, you're keeping those joints warm and lubricated as well. And I don't know if you caught a little glimpse of me. If you wanted to incorporate more upper body, you can do a couple of things. Number 1, you can lean back and relax, or you can sit up and engage a little bit more of your core and your hip flexors, or even if you don't have handheld weights, I bet you have 2 cans of soup in your pantry. You can hold a can of soup. I know that sounds old school. I might be going back to my Jane Fonda days, but legit, you can do it. You can incorporate some upper body work with this as well, or even simply lifting and extending one leg at a time. You're going to feel those lower fiber muscles in your belly. Oh, wow. You're going to feel those hip flexors. I did an hour show with Vanessa the other morning with this. I was shocked at after an hour that by that night, how I really felt this in my quads. It's truly an amazing piece of equipment that can help you warm up, cool down, or be the movement that you know you need to do, but you're not going to do it.
It's like, again, it's called LegXercise, right? But it's almost like, like these fluid yoga type of movement feels. I feel like if I was a dancer, I'd have this much grace and elegance. And that's what this does. Now, here's what I'll tell you. This is the lowest price that we've offered this at. We presented this, there was a little dog to the camera. We presented this 2 weeks ago, and it was the most popular item in our show. This item has been such a love for our QVC customers, and if you want to get that movement, maybe you're like saying to yourself, oh, I'm really not going to get on the treadmill. I'm not going to get on the bike. I'm not feeling walking from one end of the house to the other because, quite frankly, it makes me lose my breath. This Here's what I'll tell you. Denise is telling you, I'm telling you, you feel it everywhere. After an hour, you felt it. You really felt it.
100%.
But you know what she didn't feel?
Fatigue. I wasn't sweating.
No.
I wasn't out of breath. I didn't have to take a shower.
Yeah, there's no huffing and puffing, right?
Yeah,
it's all the benefit without the bad.
It's so true. And you know, my dad's doctors, I talk about my dad all the time, have told him, Jack, you need to get up. You need to move more. You need to walk more. My dad literally has a treadmill in the next room over. There is no way he's getting up and going on the treadmill. There's no way he's getting up and going for a walk.
Yeah.
But this is something that I've been putting in front of him. I'm like, Dad, you're sitting down, you're watching TV anyway, you're playing on your computer anyway, and this has medicinal benefits, Dad. This is getting the circulation improved because when my dad does get up and walk, he does get very much out of breath. So the benefits of just the improved circulation, just the mobility in the ankles and the knees is so far-reaching. And I've said to you, we lost my mom 4 months ago. This is something simple. I don't want to lose my dad, too. I can put in front of him, he can put his feet on, and he's doing it.
And you know what? The compliance is easy, right? Like you literally sit there, no matter where you're sitting. If you're sitting at a desk, if you're sitting in front of the television, if you're reading a book, keep it bedside. Do it for 5 minutes at first, right? Just see what it's like for 5 minutes. Trust me, you will feel this. And for $36, right? For $36 on a credit card, you will get the benefits. Now let's talk about like the actual foot plates here.
Yeah, the actual foot plates, first of all, this is silent. It's these little silicone nubbies, if you will, actually feel good on your feet. You can do this bare feet, you could do it with socks, you could do it with shoes, with dress shoes, whatever. You don't have to worry about what shoe size you are because it's an open panel. There's nothing you have to slide your foot in. So yeah, give yourself a little massage as well while your feet are on here. But it feels soothing, it feels rhythmic, it feels relaxing, but you're still getting that improved circulation.
So remember, continuous movement. You don't have to do anything except turn it on and place your feet on the pedals. Like, it's not like an elliptical where you're forcing it. It's not like a treadmill where you have to do the walking. I know when you look at it, you're like, that's not doing anything. But really, it does. You feel it here.
You do.
Right here in your calves. You come up and you'll see that, like right here. You feel it here.
Yeah, you do.
On the sides, on the hamstrings. You feel it on the top, on the quads.
And depending on how you sit, if you want to sit back and relax, it could be more soothing. If you want to engage core muscles, sit up nice and tall. If you want to incorporate some handheld weights or a resistance band like you saw Jody doing, this can be seated chair yoga. Do your stretches, do your rotation, do your breathing, do your meditation. This can really be for that person who just doesn't like to move, doesn't want to move, but needs the benefits of movement for circulation.
By the way,
and joint
you know
health.
what it's also really great for? I think like for recovery.
Sure.
Like the other day, I did a lot of leg workout at the gym.
Cool down.
And I was sore as anything, right? I was so sore afterwards. Getting on this. Getting that little bit of movement, it's continuous. It's like very precise. That kind of just recirculates the blood and makes you feel good.
Yeah, the best way to work out those sore muscles is to keep the movement happening, and that's what this can do. The only thing you will need to do is put 2 AAA batteries in your remote. Your remote has 3 buttons on it. It's an off button, a number 1 and a number 2. In the front there is the sensor. And that sensor, you'll point right at those numbers, that big number display down at the bottom. Remember, it counts your steps or your slides. 70 is 1 minute, does 70 slides. In 1 hour, 4,200, which is the equivalent of 1.65 miles.
And by the way, like, how many times do you sit in front of the TV for more than an hour? For more than an
hour. Hours.
Right? Yeah,
sometimes,
exactly. Right? You sit there, maybe you watch a little QVC, maybe you watch your favorite game show, maybe you watch your favorite TV show, maybe you come back to QVC. All of a sudden, 3 hours have passed.
Right.
And why wouldn't you want to get that movement and that circulation? By the way, the circulation and the movement for somebody like me, who the reason I wear Tommy Copper socks is because I get a lot of like leg swelling. And so like, why wouldn't you want that circulation and that
Wear
movement?
it with your Tommy Copper socks. But how about this? How about people who do night shift work and you're sitting at a desk where you're falling asleep and you maybe have a job that you can't get up and leave the desk, or you're sitting at that desk for hours and hours and hours? This can be that movement that not only improves circulation, but helps you stay alert. helps you stay awake.
Keeps you awake.
Yeah, it really truly does.
I know, like you're on that Zoom call. Today I was on a Zoom call and I was literally falling asleep.
Oh, geez.
It
wasn't with me, was it?
No, it wasn't with you. No, but it was like, I was literally sitting there like, oh my gosh, why am I so tired?
Yeah.
Right? Because you need something, right? You need something to get the blood flowing. This does it. Now, here's the thing. Today we have it for you at the lowest price that we've offered. I was such a skeptic when I saw this.
Me too.
And now I'm the biggest believer in this. I wish that we'd make this a today's special value. That's how much I'm in love with this, right?
Honestly, yeah.
$36 gets it home. F43934 is your item number. You will see how small movements can make the biggest difference.
Yeah, it really can.
Yeah.
When you're talking circulation, this is how the body functions. You need the blood flow, and this is that movement. Remember, it's doing it for you. You don't do anything. This does all the work for you. So put your feet on there. You don't stand on it. You don't have to worry about balance. You can lean back and relax, or you can engage as much activity as you like.
All right, listen, Denise, I love this. You know I do. I know many of you do as well. If you're picking it up, tonight's your night to get it for $36 on a credit card. Try it out for yourself. All right, let's see if I can get these sneakers on without untying everything.
Oh,
right?
nice.
I know. Well, my Tommy Coppers.
Can I feel your sweater?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Isn't it the best?
It is.
I'm telling you, you need to get this for everybody
Son,
in your
all
family.
three sons
Yeah, I was
and
gonna say.
husband?
I was gonna say.
Okay.
I was gonna say.
That's 4.
All right, I will see you
All
soon.
right,
Thank
see
you,
you,
my
bud.
friend. All right, so listen.